Hey everyone, welcome to another Paint with Rick. Today I got a 14 by 14. What I did, I put a thin layer of white on the whole canvas. 14 by 14. I'm going to run through this pretty quick. I want to do something that's really pastel looking. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a little purple. I mix some purple with white because I don't want it to be like really bright. I wanted to talk to you about these brushes. You can get these brushes at Michael's. You get 20 of these. They call them chip brushes. I got this for 10 bucks. And you get 20 brushes, and it's perfect for this type of technique, okay? It's landscapes in oil, okay? And we're not going for detail, but we can make some cool paintings, okay? Uh, And that bag has a lot of different sizes, but why I get the bag, you end up getting this 1-inch brush, which they don't sell the 1-inch uh, separately. So you have to get the bag to get the 1-inch brush. So, all right, so I want a pastel looking painting here. I don't know what color I'm going to do the trees yet. Maybe black so they stand out really good on this light color. I'm going to use pink. I mixed some red and white, and I want pink clouds. Okay, so as I'm coming down with the brush, you can see it's mixing with the white. It's getting lighter and lighter because it's mixing with the white that I have on the canvas. So typically this is what you see in a sky when you look out at the horizon. It'll be brighter up at the top, and then as you get closer to the horizon down here it gets lighter, okay? But you can paint any way you want. If you want it all dark, you can do that. So now what I'm going to do, I think I'll use that 1-inch brush I just showed you. Might be perfect to make some clouds. I'm going to make them in pink, believe it or not. Let's see how this works. What I'm going to do is stamp in the top part of the cloud. With pink. I mixed some red and white. I hope it's going to be pink enough, but we'll see what happens. So what I'm doing here, I'm stamping in the color with the brush, and I'm just trying to do the top part of the cloud, just the top part of it. And I'll show you how to make them larger. All right, that looks like enough clouds. Well, I'm going to use the same brush. I'm just going to wipe it off here. And now what I want to do is get that pink color to mix with the blue underneath a little bit, or the purple. And I'm going to stamp the lower portion of the cloud. It'll make the cloud get bigger, okay? A lot of bristles coming out of here. So take your brush and stamp. You'll have to have a sturdy easel for this, or you can hold it like I'm doing here. Just stamp the lower portion of the cloud. I'm trying to keep the top part of the cloud so it stays, more brilliant on top, the color. And I want the bottom part to mix in with the color on the canvas, okay? Just like that. Just stamp it in there. Really work that color into the paint that's underneath it, okay? Yeah, I guess it looks kind of pink. I didn't want it to be really bright red. So I think that's going to work. All right, now I'm going to get a blender brush and let me get a larger brush here. And what I'm going to do here is hit the bottom portion of the cloud. It's such a small painting, so basically what I'm going to do is maybe pull it one way here. But I'm trying to at least get a brush on the cloud, because what happens then, it gives it a softer look, okay? And it'll look more like a cloud. I'm trying not to hit the top part of it, because I want that to remain bright. Just the lower portion is what I'm trying to accomplish here. This one I'm going to try and pull it to the left a little, shape it a little more, and then blend it into the sky. All right, I kind of like that. Looks good. You could come back in here and stamp the top of your cloud and make sure it has a nice finished edge on it. Let's see how that looks. Looks pretty good. It's not as pink as I wanted it, but that'll work. I'm going to move on to the bottom here. Since I have purple in the sky, what I'm going to do is just lay some purple down here and then determine where my land's going to be. So just put a little purple on your brush and start at the bottom and then work your way to the horizon. And let it get lighter as you go back, okay? I'm going to put a mountain in here, so very good. I'm going to put a black mountain. I want to start it just below these clouds here. I'm just going to put the top portion of the mountain in here with a knife. Then I'll blend it down with a brush, okay? You could put as many peaks in here as you want. Just put a little black down like that. Then grab your brush, same brush you used here, and pull that black down now and shape your mountains, okay? Really easy. I like to pull them to the right just a bit. If they're taller, you can pull them down a little more. But basically, you're just trying to pull some of that paint down to create this lower portion of the mountain here. And then once you got it pulled down, then you can blend it out a little bit here like this, okay? Just blend it. All right, I like that. Today I'm just going to put a little bit of snow up there. Just a little bit. I probably won't put any shadow color. So I'm just going to put a little snow on each peak here. If you want to, you can even put some color in that snow. A little bit of purple or pink. Very good. Now for my land, I'm going to put a little land down here so I can run some trees. I'm going to put sap green and black together. Take a little bit of sap green and put black in it. So it's pretty dark, okay? And then that's what I'm going to use to pop my land in here. So I'm going to have a few trees over here and a few trees over here. So I want some land down here. So I'm going to make some bushes here. Let the brush create the top part of your bushes, okay? And then just fill this in. It's very dark, sap green and black, okay? Over here, let's put our land back here a little bit. And then we'll come around like this. And then come down here to the front. And then create some bushes here. I'm having to hold my easel. I took my larger easel outside because I'm getting ready to, I'll be painting outdoors here pretty soon because the weather's getting a lot better. So, all right, I'm going to try and use black. I'm going to use black for my trees here, okay? So let's pop in some trees. Put a couple trees here. And I want those trees to look further back, which they are. I want that land to look pretty far. So with the corner of your brush, start at the top, stay right in the middle on your trunk, and then just come down that trunk and get a little wider at the bottom, okay? You know what an evergreen tree looks like. Try not to, you know, you don't have to make it look perfect. Just come down the middle and then maybe press harder at the bottom here and it'll get wider for you. I wanted them black because I want them to show up pretty good. All right, I'm going to put, since this foreground is really close to us, we can make this tree a lot bigger. So I'm grabbing my black and sap green because I'm running out of black. So let's put a tall tree right over the side of this mountain. Same way, I'm going to just, my leaves on my evergreen tree, I'm using the corner. Maybe I'll have less branches on this one, and so it shows the trunk more. So I'll put less branches so it looks different than those trees over there, okay? Just like that. Let's put another one right behind it here, so it's going to be a little shorter. I want it to be behind that one. So same thing. I'm going to put less branches on it. it'll still look like trees. I like to take my knife and run it right in the middle and then go straight up to get a point on those trees, okay? Those are far away, so I don't have to do that on those. I want to put another one here. I don't want to cover the mountain, but I want to put a small one right next to these here. This black and sap green will cover. It'll go over any color, so that's why I'm using putting black in the sap green. Let's see how it looks in the frame. Wow, I really like that. I wish this would have been a little more purplish, but I might throw a few white clouds on top of there. We'll see what happens. I'm going to take that black color. Believe it or not, I should have run some trees back here first, but I want to have some distant trees in the back. So what I'm going to do is just stamp them in across the back here. Get different heights going on them. Just like that. That looks good. If you want, you can take your brush and if you just barely pull up on it, just barely, okay? Not too long, because then they won't look like trees. Just barely pull up on them, okay? Just like that. That looks good. This is almost like maybe the sun's already set. That's why all these trees look dark, okay? Because there's no light hitting them right now. So I'm going to keep all these trees dark, just the way they are. What I'm going to do is wipe the same fan brush off I just put those trees in with, and I want to, at the bottom of my trees, I want to pull to the right, straight across. If you got different levels, see how I pulled it out here, now I got those look further back there. That's fine, you know, you could do that. Make it look like those are further back. And that's all I'm going to do there. Here, it looks like we're going to have to put a little reflection, is what it's telling me here. So pull this color down here. And with the fan blender brush, we'll blend this straight across. It'll look like a reflection. I'll run some white underneath it. I'm using a different white. It's called Artist Loft. I got it from Michael's. It's really wet, so you really gotta be careful when you put this white up. But sometimes it works better when it's runny like that. There we go. I'll pull this out just a little. If you want to run some water from the back here forward, just take your knife, get a little white on it, and what you do is you start back here and just wiggle forward like this, all the way to the bottom here. Then it looks like it's flowing towards us, okay? That's that's all I think I'm gonna do. I'll highlight these bushes a little bit with a little bit of yellow ochre. Just the top parts of them. So we get a little different color in there. And over here, just the top parts of your bushes. You got to kind of pick them out. You can kind of see I just made 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Just hit the top part of it. Leave the bottom dark, okay? You can, if you want to lighten these up back here, just get a little bit of yellow ochre on it, and then come in here and stamp underneath your trees, and then lightly come across, just to change the color up there a little bit. All right, that's all I think I'm going to do on this one. I really like it. It was simple. I wanted it to look like pastel, which the only thing that really looks pastel is the sky, but I like it. Put some birds up here. I finally found a nice liner brush. It's I got it from Michael's. It's a liner number 2 for oil paint, and it's really long. And if you wet your black, get it really wet, and then just get the tip of your liner brush. Don't get the whole tip full of paint, or it won't work right. Just get it on the tip of the paintbrush, and it'll work fine. All right, there we go. Got some birds up there. Let me put a few more. Like they're coming in. All right, guys, I hope you like that one. It's a little different painting, but I'm sure somebody's going to buy it. I kind of like it. I'm going to probably put a few white clouds in there and on top of those pink ones, so we get some kind of depth in there. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next painting. Cheers.